What is the primary energy source that drives the water cycle? The sun. The sun's heat causes water to evaporate from oceans and lakes. What is the process called when liquid water turns into gas? Evaporation. Evaporation happens when heat turns liquid water into water vapor. What are clouds primarily made of? Water droplets or ice crystals. Clouds form when water vapor cools and condenses into tiny liquid droplets. What is it called when water falls from the sky as rain or snow? Precipitation. Precipitation is any form of water falling from the atmosphere to the earth. How do plants contribute to the water cycle? Transpiration. Transpiration is the process where plants release water vapor through their leaves. What is the process of water vapor changing back into liquid water? Condensation. Condensation occurs as water vapor cools down in the atmosphere. Where is most of Earth's water stored? Oceans. About 97% of Earth's water is found in the oceans. What happens during infiltration? Water soaks into the soil. Infiltration is the movement of water from the surface into the ground. Which term describes water flowing over the land surface into sectors like rivers? Runoff. Runoff occurs when the ground cannot absorb any more rainwater. What is sublimation? Ice turning directly into gas. Sublimation is the transition of snow or ice directly into vapor without melting first. What percentage of Earth's water is freshwater? About 3%. Only a very small fraction of Earth's water is fresh and suitable for drinking. What is an aquifer? An underground layer of water-bearing rock. Aquifers store vast amounts of groundwater used for wells and farming. Which process purifies water naturally? Evaporation. When water evaporates, it leaves behind salts and impurities, acting as a natural filter. What is the movement of water through the soil and rocks called? Percolation. Percolation is the slow movement of water through the pores of the earth. What stage of the water cycle is responsible for fog? Condensation. Fog is simply a cloud that forms very close to the ground. What is the main cause of acid rain? Air pollution. Chemicals from factories mix with water vapor to create acidic precipitation. What happens to the rate of evaporation as temperature increases? It increases. Hotter temperatures provide more energy for water molecules to turn into gas. Which of these is a form of solid precipitation? Hail. Hail forms when drops of water freeze into balls of ice in the clouds. What is the water table? The top level of underground water. The water table marks the boundary where the ground is completely saturated with water. Where is the majority of Earth's fresh water trapped? In ice caps and glaciers. Most freshwater is frozen at the North and South poles. What is the cryosphere? The frozen part of the Earth's water system. The cryosphere includes glaciers, icebergs, and permafrost. What force pulls precipitation down to the surface? Gravity. Gravity is responsible for bringing rain and snow down from the clouds. What do we call the continuous movement of water on, above, and below Earth? The hydrologic cycle. Hydrologic cycle is the scientific name for the water cycle. Which of these is not a stage of the water cycle? Combustion. Combustion is the process of burning, which is not part of the water cycle. What is dew? Water vapor that condenses on cool surfaces. Dew usually forms overnight when the air cools down. What is evapotranspiration? The combined evaporation and plant transpiration. It represents the total amount of water entering the air from both soil and plants. What causes water to circulate in the oceans? The water cycle and wind. Ocean currents are driven by temperature differences and wind patterns. Why doesn't the total amount of water on Earth change? The water cycle is a closed loop. Water is constantly recycled. We are drinking the same water as the dinosaurs. What creates snow? Water vapor turning to ice without becoming liquid. Snowflakes form when water vapor in the air freezes into ice crystals. How does the water cycle affect the weather? It determines humidity and rainfall. The movement of moisture in the air is the primary driver of daily weather.